Alright, today we're going over vocal warm-ups. Now we're going to start with a breathy sigh. Now whenever you do this, you want to start with this one mainly because it's going to activate the voice and try to get it into the mask right here. And it's a really good way to do it. So you want to start with at a speech level and extend it up into the range outside of the speech. So like that. See that we're starting to get a little bit into the singy voice. We're still very much in the vocal range of speech. We're trying to extend it a little bit further there, so we're going to keep going. Now while doing this, you're going to feel it going from sitting more here in your throat on top of the voice up into a more resonant space that's somewhere between like the center of your forehead and the roof of your mouth. I don't really suggest talking with that, but still, you're going to feel very much so right here. Gentlemen and women are still going to try to feel it more in that top center part of the face in the mask area. And you want to go more whenever you get towards more actual defined pitches, 5 to 1 of the scale. Alright. Next, we're going to go into Z's. Now, these are mainly so that way we can continue to continue to get the voice into the mask. It's going to try to push the voice more forward instead of sitting further back in our throats, because no one wants a sound that sounds like this. We want something to sound more resonant, audible, have a nicer tone, sound a little bit prettier. Alright. And with the Z's, we're going to create kind of a buzzing sound, but we're also still going to move it forward into the mask instead of letting it sit down here in your throat. Or letting it sit in the back of your voice. So you're going to zzz. And with the Z's, they're going to go over a fifth. We're going to start on 5 and go down to 1, and then once we get towards more the center upper range of the voice, we're going to start from 1 and go up to 5. So that way it's not stretching to hit the higher note and just to go down lower. It's actually going to stretch the voice more instead of forcing yourself to push just to hit a note. It makes it a lot easier. It's a lot more vocal friendly, especially with when teaching like younger groups or really any range of people. Right, I'm going to start where it's a little bit more comfortable for my voice. Let's see, what is a more comfortable range? Nope. There we go. Get A flat. Now right here we're going to want to switch and go from more do to sol instead of sol to do. Then we're starting to get a good stretch of the voice, get it far more activated, and try to get a nice semi-occluded sound, semi-occluded action going on in our vocal folds. There we go. That sounds a little bit better. All right, next we're going to be moving on to woos. Now the woos are more effective in women's voices than men's. It's to try to help get the voice of primarily women into their head, because in the choral setting and in more classical settings, the women are going to have their voice and have a nicer tonality and that ideal tonality of it in their head voice versus in their chest. You don't want it to sound like a belt voice sound. You don't want it to be really overpowering. You want it to be nice and pretty, a light kind of airy feel, and have that really nice, beautiful sound that we do appreciate of sopranos whenever it's good. And so for this, we're going to go. It's to help get the voice once again up into head voice. So we'll start here. And whenever you're doing this, you want to kind of have more of a lifted feel in the back of your throat from the soft palate. You kind of want to have that nice dome shape to create a lot more space in there. It really helps everything out. Next, we're going to work on he's. Now the he's are to create even more space in the back of the throat region up here, I guess, to create a lot of interior space, and it gives a nice rich tone when worked correctly. This we're going to go over octaves. Normally you want to do over one octave, so start high, go low, and then the more increased in ability and the more increased in range, you can go 2 octaves, high to low. Then about halfway through it, we're going to go from low octave to higher octave, back down. And whenever doing those, it's okay to go just continually through from like ooh, but ultimately we want to get to the point where we can go ooh, ooh, and have a breath in between and still go right back on the same pitch with the same kind of tone quality, the same nice sound that we're going for. And that's going to prove that we understand our voice a lot better. We have more control over it, and it's going to help everything long term. So we'll go, let's see. That's a little bit lower than I thought. We're gonna go want to go more whole step wise here. Try that one again. And as you get higher, you want to create kind of a bit of an ice cream cone shape up here. Have it really rounded. Drop your jaw a little bit more, and change the vowels so that way it has a much more open, pleasant sound. You don't want it to sound up here like this. You want it to sound more like this. As well as I could do that with a speech tone. You want to sound. It's going to be more of a. Let's see if I can even hit this today. Even then, I swallow it still a little bit, so that's about the extent of my range personally. And so we're going to go back a little bit, and we're going to work on the the lower to higher octaves, and kind of circle through, and then take breaths halfway through on the higher octave, and then come back down. So we're going to go start on E here. I'm not going to try that C. Alright, that is going to be the fourth one. And the last one we're going to work on is the tongue protrusion. And this one's going to have a bit of a weird shape. It's going to feel weird. It's going to look even weirder. It's going to sound hilarious. But what it does is it creates even more internal space than the other exercises that we've already gone up to. You push your tongue forward. You set it on the back side of your bottom row of your teeth. And you're going to push your tongue forward and more towards the roof of your mouth and the front upper teeth as well. And you're going to want the sides of your tongue to kind of touch the sides of your mouth. It's going to leave a lot of open room in the back of your vocal tract, in the back of your mouth. So that way it creates even more internal space and it helps circulate everything a lot better. And for this, we're going to go over a fifth. So we're going to start on 5, we're going to go down to 1, and then we're going to go 3, 2, 1. But it's going to make kind of a like a little bit of a laughing sound. So let me just show you an example here. Feels weird, sounds weird, really effective. No key signatures. Alright, well anyways, that's all 5 of the exercises that we have to go over. Thank you for watching this video. Hit subscribe if you want. I don't know, this is the first time I'm doing this, trying to keep it going, I guess. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Have a good one.